Well, we are more than a year from Election Day in 2022, but the race at the top of the ticket, Governor of Texas, is beginning to take shape slowly but surely. ABC 13 reporter Tom Abrams joins us live with the state of the race right now. Tom?
You're right. Slowly but surely, we're here at West Quarry Multi-Service Center. A lot of people in Harris County cast their ballots here. And in November of 2022, when they find those ballots, the question is, whose names will be at the top under the race for governor?
Governor Greg Abbott has yet to formally announce a bid for his third term, but that likely comes after the third legislative special session ends next month. Already, at least 6 people have filed to run as either a Democrat or Republican. The biggest name on the Republican side so far is Don Huffines, a former Texas state senator. Also announced is former Texas GOP chair Allen West. Governor Abbott's political consultant says they're focused on what the governor has accomplished and not who may challenge them.
And we're not going to run just on our accomplishments. We're going to talk about what his vision is for the next 4 years, and we will talk about that and launch all that when he announces.
But the names a lot of people seem to bring up these days are 2 potential candidates who have not announced. Beto O'Rourke, the former Democrat member of Congress, 2018 Senate candidate and 2020 presidential candidate. Last week, he talked about his approach with voters as he considers a run.
When we're not obsessed with polls or focus groups or messaging, but we're just speaking the truth, whether it's inconvenient or uncomfortable, it is always powerful, and it is always the strongest, most profound way to connect with people.
Former Harris County Clerk and Vice Chair of Finance for Texas Democrats, Chris Hollins, supports a Beto run.
He's somebody where, both in Congress and since his time serving in Congress, puts Texas first. And so I would be really, really excited about a Beto candidacy.
There is also the wild card, Oscar-winning actor Matthew McConaughey, who's hinted at a run and who is polling well despite never having laid out a political platform. His entry into the race would make it far different than a traditional campaign.
He will disrupt the Democrats' plans if he runs as an independent. If he runs as a Democrat, it will be a hell of a primary. He runs a Republican, it will be a hell of a primary. I mean, he has a super name ID and would bring a whole different perspective to the campaign.
Candidates must file by mid-December 2021, and at this point, it seems to be as much about who is not yet in the race as it is about who is in. Reporting in Houston, Tom Abrams, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.